That robber baron Elon Musk, he has an avatar, a burner account on his own platform, X, formerly Twitter. I wonder why. Is it so he can fluff himself? Whisper sweet nothings about himself, how wonderful he is. After all, he's a bit of a sociopath and a narcissist. Anyway, before I get into it, be most kind and boop the old like button. And maybe subscribe to the channel and the little bell icon, because you get a warm fuzzy feeling in your pocket every time I upload another video. And if you want to support the channel, you do that on Patreon or buy us a coffee, and the links are down below. And I appreciate it. Yes, I do, to bottom of my heart, and I'd like to thank everybody who already does that. But you see, Elon Musk, that's an avatar under the name of Adrian Dittman. That's a curious choice of names. It really is. Now you think of the name Dittman, well, it means a famous person. Okay, that fits. And then you got the word, or the name, Adrian, which, if you look ancient Greek, it basically means that you're a rich person. So a rich, famous person. But also, it's a bit of a twofer. As you go down Asiatic and what have you, it could say he's kind of like, how to put it, end of times, maybe? I don't know. You put it out there. But you see, there was a conversation. Yes. A conversation on Twitter. Now, I wasn't there to watch, no. But it is available online. Not directly on Adrian Dittman's Twitter page, aka Elon Musk. But it's been clipped and it's all over the net. And also, what I found quite interesting is that Charles Johnson, who, I've got to be honest with this, I'm a bit divided, yeah. On this one, because how to put it, Charles Johnson is a Trump supporter, so he's clearly of the lack of thinking like most of them, but he's one of the cleverer ones, if it makes any sense. But he delves into conspiracy theories, so there's always a bit of an element of a doubt about anything that is supplied by Charles Johnson. But this one's quite convincing, I have to admit. And considering his mother was there, and she even piped up and says, "Oh, that's my son." Obviously, she didn't have a clue about Elon's grift. His alter ego, his avatar, Adrian Dittman, allegedly. Well, he tripped himself up as well in a clip on, which has been clipped on this particular conversation. Now, he was referring as, I think, the third person, Elon Musk, and then all of a sudden, he says I, as he was Elon Musk, without actually thinking. It's a slip of the tongue, so to speak. But also, this Charles Johnson has been doing a bit of a voice modulation, used a bit of software and what have you, and had a look at the waveforms of the voice of Elon Musk and Adrian Dittman. I have to admit, they look almost identical. The speed, the pattern interrupts, all that is just, they're just boom, 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 boom. Anyway, should we get into it? Yeah, I think we should. But first of all, we need to know what the definition is of a sociopath. That's what I think. I think we take a quick look at that because, wrong one. There we go. The definition of a sociopath is an antisocial personal disorder, sometimes called sociopathy, is a mental health condition which a person constantly shows no regard for the right or wrong and ignores the right and the feelings of others. He's very self-centered. Like anyone like that. Now, he wouldn't see born with a silver spoon in his mouth, but his father Errol was he's a bit wealthy man. He's an emerald mine, I think it was in Zambia or somewhere like that. But also, he it has been an old upbringing as well, because Elon Musk's mother or stepmother was actually his stepsister. does that work? Well, basically, Elon decided Musk thought it was a great idea to have it away with one of his stepdaughters that he brought up. Little girl, big girl. If she bleeds, that's kind of the mentality of the Musks. So, he had 2 kids by her. That must really screw Elon's head up, it must do, unless he agrees with it. Errol believes that it's okay. You see, we're put on this earth to propagate. Anyway, bonk. Alright? Make babies. I don't know, every way you look at it, it's just not right. These people are just not right in the head. They clearly are not. So, let's just get rid of those. So this is a post that it's on his Substack, Charles Johnson's Substack, and it's how Elon Musk's Twitter alt account Adrian Dittman was unmasked. But really, I would say that Elon Musk was tripping himself up. Now, what Charles Johnson, like I say, I'm conflicted. All right, I'm no fan of this Charles Johnson geezer because he's a Trump supporter and he's clearly a bit of a nut job. But I think he might be right with this one. I think he might be. He did a bit of this modulation comparison between the 2 waveforms, and I have to admit they're pretty damn close, like I said. Now, he says here, I'd like to welcome subscribers, glad to have you, blah, 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 all right? Now, recently I attended a Twitter space, all right, where I exposed Elon Musk's alt account and Elon Musk's as a fraud to his face. Take a listen, it was pretty great. Should we do that? This one's 6 minutes, I might clip some of it out, but we'll just go for it anyway, here we go.
Okay, well, Charles Johnson's in here, so why don't we give him the mic?
Thank you for the invite, and Merry Christmas and Happy Hanukkah and whatnot to everyone.
Thank you.
I just wanted to say, you know, one of the ways to think about this is that Laura was called out deliberately and directly by Elon Musk, saying that she was just trolling to get attention. Now, it's pretty obvious to any of us who work in the tech industry that there's a real problem with both foreign espionage, foreign backing, and foreign influence on this platform and in major tech companies. Anyone who has half a brain can notice this. Now, the Indians...
Now, what he's pointing out there is Elon Musk has basically got his... not got his, he's been controlled by the... I got pulled up on this yesterday, actually, calling it the CCP, you know, Chinese Communist Party, which they said there's a bit of a racist too. I don't know what you think about this, but it's the Communist Party of China, so it'd be the CPC. So I just thought I'd put that out there. Just I'll try my best to remember in the future, but I can't guarantee I will.
In particular, you know, there's lots of examples of them engaging in espionage and them, you know, basically warping our discussions on these platforms. We certainly saw that under the old Twitter back when it was run by effectively Indians and funded by Indian VCs. And I think it's right for us as Americans to ask, like, what do we get for all this Indian immigration into the country? Because,
like I say, he's a bit of a racist.
Because it's clearly not higher wages. It's clearly not better living standards. It's clearly not even better technology a lot of the time. So I think Laura's right to point all this out. And I like her. I mean, I like Laura sticking it to these folks. And I think Elon should remember that, like, this country gave him a lot of opportunities. And if he doesn't behave himself, like, we will put him in prison because he's clearly a fraud on many different dimensions.
You aren't going to put no one in prison other than yourself with those baseless
you're literally an
accusations.
Indian man.
Alright, you tell me who you think that voice is. Leave in the comments down below.
I have the link of your ass.
You're literally a Indian man.
You're really using a voice changer.
Says the racist man. I don't think we should trust
You're
this
an
guy here.
Indian
What is that
man.
even that you have?
You're an
You have like
Indian
this
man.
interesting affiliate badge, Project Groiper. Oh yeah, you're the professional anti-Semitist.
I am.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. You're like the high standard people. Like what you did is totally not fucking wrong. Yeah,
You're a
100%.
goofball.
Talking over each other.
Hey, Adrian.
You're a goofball. You're a goofball. Dude, I'm a professional chain yanker, and the fact that I'm still up here proves that I'm absolutely fucking incredible at it.
No, you're just probably Elon
No,
Musk. I
you're
mean,
just
we
an
kind of all
idiot.
know this by now.
No, seriously, that's the whole point, man.
I mean, by the
I
way,
keep telling you, but
we
you don't
know
believe me. It's not
Elon
my
works
fault
for
that this is like
an
going right
idiot.
over your head. Maybe your brains are smoother than mine. I'm jealous.
This is a good reason not to go in one of these chat rooms. That is almost illegible. But what Charles Johnson said he was trying to do is trying to agitate Adrian Dittman. Because if he uses voice modulation, like for instance, voice mods, a way of actually manipulating your own voice. Remember, it's still your own voice, so your modulation doesn't really change. You've got all your pattern interrupts don't really change at all. It's just literally, the peaks, they're just different shapes. But he's the thing is, you say this software can't really cope if you speak really fast or quickly. It trips up.
We know that Elon works.
Hey, you're laughing at least. That's good.
We know that Elon is funded by the Chinese government. We know that he has a relationship with the Russian government. We know that he has got a relationship with the Turkish government. Now, as Americans, we should be asking ourselves, what the fuck? Why should we continue to fund him? Why should we continue to back him? And if he's going to start making a mockery of free speech by having people be collectively punished, which, by the way, is a war crime, historically speaking, you're not allowed to collectively punish people, especially in the United States. It's a civil rights violation. Then we should be asking larger questions about how we allow him to have control over our airwaves and over our public spectrum. And yeah, this is a serious issue.
By that same extent, isn't that exactly what you're doing to the Indians, though? Because you're all labeling them as the same thing?
I'm not labeling the Indians as anything.
We're
I think we
not
should be
labeling
asking
all
larger
You said
questions
that they're all spies.
about espionage. Well,
Effectively.
there were efforts just this year to assassinate people of Sikh origin in Canada and in the United States. And by the way, the Australians just busted a giant cell of Indian spying. Look, I understand that Elon has a very close relationship with Modi. I get it. He's also got an Indian baby mama, or at least I think she's like half Indian baby mama in the form of Siobhan Zilis. So
if he has this close a relationship, then why is there no gigafactory in India?
Probably because the Indians won't allow it
because you're full of shit. That's why.
Probably because he hasn't paid a large enough bribe. And
that is not how any of that works. He doesn't do bribing at all. Otherwise, he wouldn't have been able to set up anything fucking Germany.
Well, in Germany, he was kicked out
You
because he violated
clearly
labor
haven't
union
dealt with
practices.
high-level bureaucracy
He
ever in your life,
violated labor
have you?
union practices, so the German
Is this like your
government didn't allow
first
him to do
day?
a lot of the things.
Labor unions? What? He's not unionized. What labor unions is supposed to
The
violate?
labor unions in Germany didn't allow him to operate his facility. They used environmental impact reports as a reason to not allow him to operate. I mean, we can go all day.
You know,
if
those
want.
environmental impact reports are all bullshit, right?
I think they were perfectly.
You want to like
legitimate, because
ask?
I
You
think-
want?
by the way,
Do you want to talk about the environmental
Elon
impact of the
got
arsonists that then
$500
followed
million.
afterwards, or do you think that's like
Elon
also
got
kind of
$500 million
acceptable?
from Secretary Xu
It
under the
clearly-
Obama
it's
administration,
clear
under the
to me
guise
that your
that he would
beef
build
here
an
is not with
affordable
free
electric
speech or the
car.
product
He
at
didn't
all.
do
It
it.
is
He
with
just
So here's the point. You can't. It's almost like no one's really getting their point across, and it's just a bit really childish. But if I look at this one here, it gets to the nitty gritty of it really. Let's just replay that.
You're just proving it more than anyone.
By the way, we know that there's several federal grand juries going on against Elon as we speak on the self-driving car fraud that he did, which killed people on our freeways. So yeah, we can have a conversation about Elon.
Grand juries. He mentions this in his Substack about grand juries are taking, investigate. Well, I wouldn't have thought the jury or the actual courts themselves are doing the investigation. I'd expect it that we prosecutors and obviously the investigators first. That doesn't make any sense.
So 100%, man. I think I understand what your position is. You just hate Elon, and you're just looking for an outlet to push that
and I can't wait for him to get to jail. I don't.
He's not a criminal. You're a fucking idiot.
I want him to stop.
You sound like the
driving and be
Discord.
useful.
You sound like the discount rip-off Wish.com version of Keith Olbermann who wants to fucking arrest everyone just because they don't agree with him politically.
No, I don't think so.
That's really rich, isn't it? That's really rich. Elon Musk has just taken down Laura Loomer, who's another right-wing nut job. She's a woman who's basically doing the old campaign, MAGA campaign with Donald Trump, and she was there in the jet with Donald Trump and what have you. And she's had her account not just suspended, literally. It's been suspended. Its account's been all the privileges, like for instance, subscriptions have been taken down, so she can't earn any money off it, basically. So, and he's been doing it to anyone on the X platform who disagrees with him. Anyone who's been standing up against Elon Musk have been having their accounts wiped out. So much for what he considers as freedom of speech, which isn't even the First Amendment anyway. These people don't even understand what the First Amendment is, and it's just funny to see these people like rip themselves apart, because that's what's going on at the moment. You've got MAGA, for which Donald Trump has now latched on to Elon Musk, because that's where the money is. And then you got the rest of them, like the MAGA, you got the Steve Bannons and what have you, who've got strong platforms, including Laura Loomer. You know, she ends up in all sorts of blinking places. How else did she get to sit beside Donald Trump on that plane? You know, doing a bit of fluffing or whatever she was doing. So, yeah, these people have got a lot of followers. Now, we can knock them and criticise them, and I surely will do, and I do. Well, I have done already, because they're just crazies. They really are crazies. But there's a lot more crazies out there who believe in these people. And generally, the MAGA hats. So the MAGAs, they're literally the lack of thinking, stupid people who run around with little red hats on saying, "Make America Great," and what have you. They're just totally off this planet. They really are. Anyway, so it's created a massive divide now already, and Donald Trump isn't even in office yet. It's a huge divide right down the middle now between MAGA and Donald Trump and Elon Musk. This is fascinating. It really is. They're ripping into each other. And it's I shouldn't gloat, but you know, why not? So carry on.
You're like more pathetic than he is because he actually has a job.
I've seen the files on Elon, as have a lot of people who are in here who've done intelligence work. We know that he's very close to the
intelligence work. You're sounding very smooth-brained for that kind of level of work. Just saying, man.
We know it. It's not a secret. And by the way, increasingly we're doing analysis on people using voice modulation technology on X. So we know who Adrian
You know how retarded you're going to sound when, like, one day who I am is going to come to the surface and you realize how wrong you are about all this?
We already know who you are. Just to be very clear about
Who
this.
am I?
By the way,
Who am I?
Elon
Who am
Musk, and we know it full well because we've had your
This guy is so fucking stupid. You know, for a second there, you had me like worried or something. No, man, I just realized that you like right back in the trenches. You're like so deep in the trenches. You make the crypto trenches look.
All right, we got Clint.
So they just can't help themselves, and they're literally just, it's a bit of a verbal diarrhea battle, a spouting a load of crap, really. But it's just hilarious. But you think, if this is true, right? If Elon Musk has created this account as a way of fluffing himself and maybe saying things that he can't do under his own under his own name. Well, this kind of exposed, because there's a lot of stuff on that and what he's been posting that is pretty flipping negative, you know? It's not great. And I come over here, like, this is just nuts, all right? There's Adrian Dittman, all right? And he's fluffing himself up here, saying, "You're an amazing father, Elon. Your kids are very lucky to have you. You're wonderful. Can I be your fluffer?" It's just nuts. So that's Adrian Dittman's page. And it goes on and on. Yeah. If you think Elon Musk does a lot of posts on is Elon Musk, just look at this. Hell. This is just nuts. This is just today. Well, no, yesterday. This was yesterday. It's just crazy. So there you go. I think you have to make your own mind up, Matt. But remember also, he did refer to himself. But also, oh, hang on, there's just something else I want to sort of show you about this modulation. There it is. No, it's only a minute long. Oh, hang on. Get rid of that one. Put that one up. You get the modulation. There you go. You see, the waveforms are very, very similar. And he's comparing it with Elon Musk, as recorded, it's the same kind of laugh. Slowing it down. So there you go. You need to kind of, well, work out with yourself. Make your own mind up. Oh, hello, Sebastian. How are you? And what do you reckon? Is Adrian Dittman Elon Musk? His mother seems to think so. And so do a huge amount of people seem to think so. Seems a bit strange. They feel the need to fluff yourself. That'd be a name of a song, couldn't it? Yeah. To fluff yourself. Because, oh, maybe. Like, respect yourself. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, please beat the old like button and maybe subscribe to the channel and the bell icon if you subscribe. And yeah, if you want to support the channel, you can do a Patreon or buy us coffee. We also got memberships as well. But for now, toodaloo.